You are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com. Oh, but okay, let's have a look. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? There's a bit of an issue going on here. And there's I can't lip read. Can you hear me now? Right. Okay, there was some weird issue here, and I don't know what it is, but the mic's all working, so that's, he says, messing about. There's a bit of a buzz on the line tonight. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear a buzz? Can you hear a buzz? Because I mean, there's a bit of a buzz for some reason. Julie can hear a buzz. I don't know. Anyway, let me just say hi to everybody tonight. I think we've got an energy or lines crossing over here for some reason, but there's a buzz for some reason. But you know what? I can't really do a lot about that tonight. So Julie is in the room. Not too sure who that is, but thank you for being here. Come, I'm saying it every single week. Come out of Facebook. Don't bother with Facebook anymore, because Facebook's just useless. Come out of Facebook into YouTube, and in the search bar type in Paul Francis Medium. It'll bring you straight back to the show, and then that way you can actually just, come and see us here. It's much, much easier. I'm going to move this camera there. So come and see us. Come out of Facebook. Facebook is just, it's just crap. So Trudy's in the house. Hi, Trude. Kelly Durant in the house. Tammy's in the house. Hi, Tammy. Everybody's saying that's better, which is good. I was getting a lot of people on Facebook. Kathy Hanley. Did I just see Kathy Hanley there? For some reason, everything seems to be playing up tonight. I need to have a look at the mechanics of everything tomorrow. There's Kathy Hanley and Gamble. Hello, my darling. Welcome to the show. Everybody can hear me. That's good. Roger's in the house. You're okay. Hey, Roger Poos. As I say, a lot of people watching Facebook. Please come out of Facebook. Don't bother watching me on Facebook. It's no good. And if you're on YouTube, then please smash the like button. Ba-doom. Boom. Hit that like button. It's apparently, I don't know what the dealio is, but YouTube want you to hit the like button, and it gives them algorithms about how many people are watching the show. And so please smash the like button. And of course, it's really important that you share the show. Get it out with your Facebook and friends. Get it into your Facebook friends. Get into your groups more. Invite people from your groups. I just realized I've got my glasses on. I have literally just realized I got my glasses on. I thought, what the hell's wrong with my eyes? Because you can see me looking at me in my glass. Anyway, enough of that rubbish. Roger's not in the green room yet, no, because I haven't sent him a link, but he will be momentarily. Kelly Durant says, yeah, there's a buzz, but not a lot I can do about it. Good morning, Janine, darling. I want to say that those flowers were absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, Lynn can't hear pale. No sign. Yes, thanks. I have earbuds in and I can hear you clearly now with a very faint buzz. I mean, that's as long as it's a faint buzz. Michigan's in the house. Is Tina Tina Cantu. Evening, Paul. Hope you're as well as can be. How's the move going? And the move's not until the 31st. So it's not moving yet, Jules, but thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. You look good in glasses. Do I know? Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Amanda's in the house. Evening, Amanda. How are you tonight? Oh, I suit them, do I? Well, I use them. These things make my my hair all puffed up. So these things push my cheeks, so make me look chubby. But there we go. I took them off to fix. Hang on a second. I can get them all better. Oh, that's better. That's better. So I'm looking a bit tan today as well. Oh, what's going on? Everything seems to be working out. The mic's good. Rog says, Lara Carlin, just come in here from Facebook. Lara, well done. That's what it's all about, girl. Get in from Facebook. Facebook is just absolutely abominable. It's going to move the mic around and take the camera out of shot of the mic. That way you can hear me better because it's there we go. I see three of you. Yeah, I can see three of me. Last time I saw three of me, Tammy, I was with my pals in Ireland, and we were dealing with a completely different kind of spirit. Tinnitus, says Trudy. You're such a happy person. Evening, everyone, and to you, Paul. That's not tan, it's dirt. You're jealous. Hi, Ronnie. Ronnie's in the house too. And at the local pub. Actually, one of my pals has got a pub in his house, so he was there. So anyway, welcome to the show, you guys. It's really, really good to see you all. Don't forget, it's all about you guys. This is all about you, and I'm really up for answering questions, doing the Q&A bit. So if you've got any questions you want to put to me, please do put them to me so I can answer them for you, and we can have a bit of fun. Tommy says, I love Ireland. Well, I still refer to Ireland as home. So, oh my goodness, Trudy's on YouTube. Would you Adam and Eve it about Bloomin' Time too? Crystal Tips. Lovely to see you, my darling. And so you guys got any questions? It's really this show's all about, it's the journey of life. Spirit Quest. It's the journey of life. So if you've got questions, please put them to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the invite button, and I'm going to invite because I know we don't have the beautiful Faye tonight because she's got a night off and away from Roger, which is probably a good thing. And it's, I'm sure he's like going, oh yeah, cheers, pal. I appreciate that very much. You're a git. So I've just sent him a little message about coming into the green room. And so he's now got that. No doubt he'll come in and annoy me in a minute. My mom's maiden name is Donlan. Oh, you got some Irish blood in you, Tammy White. There you go. You're a good girl. I always say there are two people in the world, two types of people in the world. There are the Irish and everybody else who wants to be. So, what did you? I mean, was there any particular subject you guys wanted to discuss tonight? I love the idea that you guys run the show. You guys act like the producer, so I can then respond really to you guys. So I've been asked, are you looking forward to your move? Yes, I am. I always believe in beginnings, new starts. Roger's in the house. Let me just bring him onto the screen. So
I have a question for you.
yeah, what's that?
Have you ever looked in the mirror, honestly, now I'm not joking, but have you ever looked in the mirror and saw a spirit?
No,
Really?
no. Oh, I've now right. Okay, let me withdraw that answer and give you a defining answer. I do a thing called scrying. Have you ever
Which
done
is?
scry? You not done scrying?
No.
Okay, well, scrying is a technique of communication. And what you do is you get a mirror. You go in a darkened room with maybe just one particular light. So that light would be like a candle or something like that. So you can literally just about see your face in the mirror, and then you bless the mirror. So you normally would put sort of like holy water over it or something along those lines, and then just stare into the mirror and then invite um, energies to come and communicate through the mirror, and that's called scrying. Okay, and it's a really really effective method of communication. But to everybody who's listening tonight, if you have not done it before, don't do it without somebody who knows what they're doing. All right, it is a way you can invite a spirit into your home, and you don't know who you're inviting in your home. So
Yeah.
be aware about that. So, as for looking in a mirror and seeing a spirit other than myself, no, no, I haven't, buddy. What about you?
Well, I thought I did, like fast. And I
No,
went,
that was just you. Because you're.
why do you gotta put what they call the Mickey and everything?
Oh, it's life, mate. You got to bring. There's not enough happiness in life at the minute. We got to bring it in. Errol Taylor trying to figure out how to get the negative. Let's read what Errol Taylor has put up. I want to bring Errol's point up in here. Trying to figure out how to get the negative entities from visiting. Hmm. Actually, I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how to do Errol. You go and buy my book, The Safe Way. And the safe way will help you in protecting and first of all clearing and then protecting your home. So my book will help you with that. If I'm reading your question right, how to get negative entities from visiting, so basically that's based upon protection. So there's multiples of ways of doing that, but the very first thing you need to do before you start doing protection is clearing. Okay, and I have outlined in my book how to do that. Have you got my book to hand, Roger?
It's in the other room.
Okay, don't worry about it. No, if you had the hand, you could have held it up and people could have seen. Actually, as it happens, we were working on my website today, and there's links to my book on the website. And go and grab the latest version of the book. That will help you, Harold.
You won't be sorry. It is really a good book.
Oh, bless your heart, mate.
Oh, it
This
is. It's good reference, you know.
Well, I kind of wrote it like that. I mean, the book when I first started it, I didn't set out to write a book. I was asked to write a paper on protection. That's what I was asked to do, write a paper on protection. And I started writing. I started writing this paper on protection, which was to be presented at a spiritual church. And I kept writing, and I realized, what about this bit now, but that bit, and then and I kept writing, and all of a sudden, I had, well, not say all of a sudden, I realized that there was too much information to reference for it just to be a presentation paper. So what I did was I just kept writing and writing and writing. I made reference notes and then did an event in. Oddly enough, it is where Amanda lives. Amanda lives in a lovely little village in Cornwall called St. Column, and it used to be a fantastic spiritual church in St. Column, and it was that church that asked me to write a paper on protection. So I went in and did a presentation on how to protect, but the book just started showing itself. So it all came out of that way. I'm telling you, it's really weird. But it's amazing how things come out. Kelly says, my youngest child has been seeing things. Does he have a gift? No, not necessarily so. I mean, Roger will answer his way in a moment. But I've always said, and Roger, you've heard me say many times, children are the best psychics because adults, we evaluate the what's going on around us. We evaluate it. We look at it and go, oh, is like Roger just said to me just now. Have you ever seen a spirit in a mirror? And what I missed, my brain went, did I look into a mirror and see a spirit? But what he meant to say was he saw a reflection kind of like out of the side of his eye, sort of on, in a mirror. But I only just got that when you said about looking and then looking again. So but what I'm trying to say in that part is that we both of us just evaluated the situation there. Children don't. Children just see the situation and react to it. Whereas we evaluated, we start looking for referencing, we start looking for evidence, we start looking for reasons why it may not be a spirit. And if you do that, that's a lot more healthier than going, oh, must have been a spirit. No, look for reasons why it's not. If you eliminate what it's not, you're left with what it could be. So children tend to be the best psychics because they literally have a more open and shall we say, a less tainted aura, and spirit energies can connect with them better. What do you want to say on the subject, my dear pal? Which is you're looking good tonight. What happened? Is it because you're playing your guitar? Where
No,
make you feel
talking
good?
about that, I did that show yesterday on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. To top it off, Paul, you know how your instruments detune when you go from hot to cold?
Yeah.
Well, guess what happened?
Oh my God, your instrument detuned, did it?
And then my throat, right now we're dealing with the smoke from Canada.
I gotcha.
So my throat was, and I had to sing.
You got the gruff.
Yeah, but I did it. I
was told by a friend of ours who lives in New York that the Canadian fires were set on purpose.
Yeah, they were.
That's terrible.
And they got the guys that did it, but what good does that do, you know?
Jeez.
Many a house had burned down. You know, a lot of people lost their places, and acres and acres and acres of it's just a shame. It really is.
I hope this idiot gets sent away for a long
Two
long
idiots.
Time. I hope they get sent away for a long time.
Anyway, in regard to your question about the kids,
yeah,
the kids are, realistically speaking, from what I've seen, that the spirits go to the kids because of the innocence.
Yeah, because of their energies being much more sort of compatible with theirs and more clear. Yeah. Good question, though, Kelly. Thank you for that. So I wasn't trying to be facetious, Errol. I really, my book will help you if you want to protect your home, clear your home, and protect it. I promise you, my book will help you. It was designed for that specifically.
It will. Trust me, it will.
Uh, Trudy says, whenever I look in a mirror, an old lady always gets in the way. Ha 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 ha! She's so funny. Crystal tips with her long hair. Dorothy Keegan says, good evening, Paul. Looking for guidance today. Had a tough one.
Why would you rely on a psychic to give you guidance?
Good response. The thing about it is, and let me just sort of unfortunately use Dorothy here as a totem, so to speak. But a lot of people get too hooked on psychic mediums, and they won't do anything for themselves anymore unless a psychic tells them. No, that's not how life works. That's not how life works at all. Life's about learning and discovering and making choices. And if you've had a bad day, not that I'm wishing a bad day on anybody, but if you've had a bad day, how do you know you've had a bad day unless you've had quite a few good ones? Because that's how you gauge. You gauge a bad day against a good day and a good day against a bad day. What a lot of people do is, I'm sure Roger will agree with me here. A lot of people tend to focus on what's going wrong instead of actually what's going right.
Yep.
And I use that analogy when I'm talking to people and say, if you want to judge me, yeah, fire away, but judge me on what I got right. It's dead easy to judge me on what I got wrong. Do you know what I mean?
And the sole purpose too that if you're going to take the negativity and dwell on that, it'll ruin your day. Yes, but if you chuck it up for a loss and say, "Okay, I learned something out of this,"
there you go. That's what I wanted to hear. What did I learn from the day? What did I discover from the day that I can take with me so it won't affect me, or it'll affect me less next time? Okay, because we don't always get the answers on the first bad day. We get an idea and go, oh, I know, that happened to me before. Oh God, this is coming. What did I do last time? Oh, I did that. So, if you're having a bad day, I mean, depends on what your bad day is. That's a really good response. Okay, what do you call a bad day? I would say a bad day is those people who've lost their homes due to some asshole setting fire to forestry. That's a bad day. Okay, a bad day is to all of the people that I'm having to see when I'm taking my wife to the hospital for her treatment. All of the people who are going through horrendous treatments to get rid of cancer. That's a bad day. So really, where is your bad day in relation to gauging to that? You know what I mean? Is a bad day when your baking didn't go well? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not being facetious towards Dorothy, not at all. I'm just trying to say is realistically have a look at really what is your bad day. Is it a bad day? Do you know what I mean? See, Roger's got the office to himself. The wife's away. He's having a good day.
Don't get me in trouble.
I noticed you didn't say no. I woke up to some messages this morning, uniquely enough, and the messages were that you obviously you zipped off early to go and do that radio show, and the beautiful Faye literally had to kickstart Faye's Angels,
and she launched it out good.
And the feedback from what I've seen is excellent.
Yeah,
like we predicted.
I told her I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, well, so you should be, and me too. But isn't it funny how sometimes when you get flung into the deep end, you realize actually I can do this.
It's like swimming.
Yeah,
somebody throws you in, you're either going to drown or you're going to swim back to the shore.
And this is it. And she's got great She's got great camera. She's got great, presence on camera. So nothing gonna hold her back.
And me, Paul, I went to go do that radio show,
Hmm.
and we were live. And I told everybody I have a good face for radio.
That's true. My mom used to say that you got a face for radio. My is the audio recorded? Is it on
Yeah,
YouTube?
incidentally, I'm glad you brought that up, Paul. Tonight, everybody, if you can, it's online, okay?
Hmm.
You can go online. It's going to be on, from what I'm told, 7 o'clock tonight, Central Standard Time, okay? And you go to WPCAradio.org.
It's going to be on YouTube though, right? Because that's two
I
o'clock.
They
That'll be
said it's going to be on the archive, so
well. That's going to be 1 or 2 a.m. for us.
I'm sorry. You want me to wake you up?
No, I don't. I'm having trouble getting to sleep. Right. There's a good question. What Aaron says, I've seen many of these. Some are very biased. I'm not too sure what Ariel's saying there, but I don't know who Facebook user is. We don't get to see who you are. Like I say, come out of Facebook, go into YouTube.
Well, in regards to their question,
Mm.
salt is purity. So a lot of people take showers with salt, believe it or not, Paul, and then they take a regular shower after. It's to purify yourself.
Well, why does salt tend to keep beings with supernatural abilities at bay? Right. First and foremost, I think a lot of it is too much
Don't say
TV.
rubbish.
It's too much TV because what do you refer to as supernatural abilities? Okay. Secondly of all, now negative energies, if you want to put it down that way. Do you know what? The God's truth is I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. See, I'm quite happy to be in that position where I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, for hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years, salt has been used to put a barrier between ourselves and negative energies. In fact, if you read my book, going back to my book again, it actually tells you to make a salt solution with kosher salt and spray it into the corners. It helps to break down negative energies.
Yep.
Now, in relation to taking a shower in salt water, I have heard of that concept. I've never tried it, to be absolutely honest with you. I've never actually tried it, but I can't imagine why it wouldn't work. And more importantly, having a shower with salted water is actually far more healthier. It helps to replenish the salts you're losing in a shower. But the God's truth is, I don't know. I must do some research and find out. But that's a really good question. I'd love to say thank you to your name, but I don't know who you are. Don't know. Do you have any understanding, Bud? Why salt? You're saying purification.
Yeah.
I kind of want to find a wee bit more to
Well,
that.
if you understand the native end of it, the natives constantly had a pouch of salt with them.
That's right. And you know who else does that?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched sumo wrestlers?
Yeah, because they throw it to the
They
gods.
they throw
Yep.
it. Well, they throw it into the ring to break down the negative energy. So so you can actually see it. It's
Yep.
quite amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, that's a really good question. I like to want to dig through that a bit more. I'm gonna go and find out.
It goes back to Egyptian times.
Right. Probably further, because the Egyptians had to find out, didn't they, from somebody else? If you think about that on a logical basis. It's going to go back to the Egyptian times where it's probably been first recorded, but then they had to find out from somewhere, didn't they?
Yep.
What's your now staying partially on the concept, but going slightly off. What's your thoughts, Roger Olbar, on the Egyptians being connected to beings from another world?
From what they have said, that the Egyptians had more power, and they dealt with the gods. You know, they considered them gods that
Hmm.
were like from another planet.
Yeah.
So they dealt with them all the time, and they were able to summon them and have them help.
Did you know the Egyptians were the first race to create the battery?
A battery?
Yeah,
Oh,
battery.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they made it out of a copper urn and salt water and some of the other bits and pieces, but they were the first to create a battery.
So
They were also
all
go
this time I've been idolizing the bunny for nothing.
ahead. Hey, look, speaking of which,
Oh, there it is.
and there it is. Um, now, I love the. I mean, this is what this. Amanda says we look like twins. Uh,
Okay.
Laura Carlin says, does I like bringing up? Does it does it always be good spirits that come through? Yeah, yeah. For me, absolutely 100%, and I'll tell you why. Roger will tell you different because he's Captain Death. Um,
I like how you do that.
For me, is because my guides act like security, like bouncers. Is that what you guys call doormen in America? Bouncers?
Bouncers?
Yeah, yeah. And here in the UK, we call them bouncers. So when you go to a club or pub and you got the guys in the black,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
we call them bouncers.
Right. We the same here.
You call them bouncers, right? So my guides act like bouncers. So if a spirit begins to talk to me and I'm hearing the spirit, then I know that that spirit has already gone through my guides. And my guides will have first of all sort of said to them, right, okay, you can speak to Paul, but here's how you do it. Here's how he reacts, and here's what he reacts to, and this is what he expects. They will have basically sort of brought the spirit energy up to speed as to how to talk with me. Otherwise, they talk to me first. So, like, I would say to Roger, tell the medium this, and then Roger would tell the medium. So rather than going that way, and then I'll hear my guide saying, "I've got somebody here speaking about like this, and there's a name here," and then the voice will change, and they'll be talking to me direct. But by that time, they will have been evaluated, if you want to put it that. So, in answer to your question, yeah, I only get really sort of people who want to talk to other people. In relation to negative energies, they're protected because I have guides that do that. And then before we even go out to work, like for example, when Roger's doing his show this weekend, I would be expecting Roger to be going through a ritual that brings in protection and prayer, meditation,
You
and of
know
course,
it.
I'm going to be sending him that as well anyway. So,
Yep.
um, projected projected protection. So anyway, that's a really good question, Laura. Thank you very much. What about you, Rog, in relation to Captain Death?
No, here when I deal with somebody and I do a reading,
Yeah.
I'm usually connected to their family or their loved ones that have passed generation after generation. You know,
Mm.
and I don't get anybody come through that's like like you say,
Yeah.
but I get them to come in and they start. Sometimes they could be a little, how would I say, snippy. You know,
Really? You
yeah,
get
they
energies
want to.
being snippy with you?
Well, I had this one lady that I was reading for my daughter, and this one lady who was a teacher,
Mm.
this African lady came through, and she said, "I want to speak to my nephew," and she gave me his name, and I went, "No, no, who?" I said, "Ma'am, I'm trying to, and there's an empty chair here. And I'm going, ma'am, I'm talking to my daughter. Everybody's going, who's he talking to? And then I just said, is there a so and so here? And the little boy goes, yeah, that's me. I said, get over here. And I told my daughter, honey, I'm sorry, but I got to do this. Boom. The guy sits down. I said, there's a lady here, and she describes da 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 da. She got a book in her hand, and he goes, oh, that's my aunt so and so.
Right.
I said, well, she's really adamant. She wants to talk to you, and she's really upset. And he goes, oh, okay. And I said, she's telling me she doesn't like what you do. And he put his head down like this. And I said, are you doing something bad that she doesn't like? He goes, I'm gay.
Oh.
I said, that's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, come on. I said, you're you. I said, if she can't do it, that's her problem, not yours. I said, but I'm telling you, this is what she wants. I said, she's also coming through with another guy that to me is holding a Bible, but he was phony. He goes, that's my Uncle Michael. He always carried his Bible, but nobody believed him. So
there you go.
But it was a good reading.
I was thinking about your reading that message could be misconstrued.
Well, she was a school teacher.
No, the bit by the bit by him doing wrong, he thought he was doing wrong by being gay. Maybe it was because he wasn't living his life the way he wanted. That's what he was doing
Well,
wrong.
I didn't want to pry, you know.
Yeah,
I
of
just
course.
took it by surface value. So I told him,
Yeah.
I said, you do it, live your life your way.
You do you your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice. And that's good advice to everybody watching us tonight. Hello, my lovely friend Roger. Now that's a proper Scottish accent. Yeah. That's
Hello,
coming from
Janine.
our lovely.
By the way, beautiful flowers.
Yeah, I thought those were I thought they were really professional
Yep.
looking. I said to her, "Listen, take that up as a profession. That's
Amen.
You've
Amen.
got a gift there, girl."
Yep.
Mary Erickson, good evening, Paul, Roger, and everyone. She has liked and shared already. Good girl. Listen, I really need to boost these numbers up. So get sharing, get the show shared, get it out there.
You know,
Kitty's-
that's, Paul, that's the one
Yeah.
thing. You and I come on these shows every week,
yeah,
and we don't ask for anything. The only thing we ask for is to hit the like button
And share.
pound it,
you know,
and then share the show. That's all we ask.
that's all we
for.
ask. We ask you to share the show, nothing else. We're not asking you to send us buckets of money, but if you really want to, that'll be great
I
to
was
see.
thinking the same way.
Because running these shows costs a lot of money.
It does. It does.
So how Roger and I pay for this stuff is we do reads. The money that we earn from the reads gets to pay for these. So you guys are kind of, you're getting a good deal here.
Well,
Now,
Paul Fay and I got to thinking, we're like tabulating what we're going to spend to go up there to do this event. And once we're done with the event, what we're going to have when we come back, and everything just goes right back into the company. We tried to break even.
that's the high and the low of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then listen. Look, funny. Let me give you an idea. I mean, for it's no different, and it's just scale. Like the band U2. Okay, when U2 go on tour, they don't make a dime until halfway through the tour. Halfway through, because it costs so much money to outlay initially that they're working behind all the way right up till halfway through the tour before they start making a dime. That being said, they tend to walk away with $5 or $6 million each. But there we go.
Well, you got security, you got merchandise, you got tickets, and on and on and on.
You've got they have 4 crews working at any one time.
Yeah, stage setup.
So they've got one set of crew that's doing the stage, and that's hundreds and hundreds of guys. And they've got another crew doing exactly the same with another stage setting up the next show. So each show leaps over the one,
Yeah,
so
I
like that.
understand that.
Keely says, my youngest son, Gabriel, I love that name. That's such a cool name, Gabriel, has been seeing dark shadows and white shadows. What could this be? Does he have a gift? Like I said, Kaylee, the gift is really doesn't come into play till later when he's whether or not he can understand and deal with and present. It's a kind of different concept. But anyway, it's more down to asking him what he feels. What does he feel when he interacts with the energies? Shadows and white shadows really don't really say anything because you okay, what's the best way to describe this? Right, shadows when watching these shows on TV and they really annoy me. They really do because spirit energy has to manifest, okay, and it can only manifest to the level of energy it has to use to manifest. So sometimes it comes through as a shadow. It doesn't mean it's a negative person, all right? It just that's how it can get its way through at that particular time. If it comes through as a white shadow, doesn't mean it's an angel. It's just how it can come through. Could be an angel. No reason why it couldn't be. But there's multiples of ways of how these energies can manifest. And what dictates that manifestation is the energy available to them where they're coming through. Hopefully that helps. Roger?
No, I agree with that 100% because when they come through, you see them look like it's just a transparent form that you see. That's all the energy they got. You know?
I mean, I've seen solid formed energies, literally. And I remember doing a show. I was on in a theater in a way up in North Cornwall, and I was having issues. I had one of those, those mics that go over your ear, Roger,
Sure.
and they come around to the side of your mouth like this, and I couldn't hear myself really. So I looked up at the booth, and the booth was high up, and I could see this guy standing there, and I said, I can't really hear myself. And I was like looking up like this here, and I was going, I can't really hear myself. And I happened to look down in the audience, and the sound engineer was sitting in the audience. And I went, and I looked back up again, and the person had gone.
Wow.
And I went, is there any? And I said, do me a favor, quickly check. Is there anybody up there? And he shot out, and there was only one way up to the booth and one way down, and there was nobody there. And I saw a guy standing there. And he had his hands on the console as well.
Wow. So, but the console was in front of you.
No, the console was up in the booth.
Okay.
The engineer was sitting in the audience because he had set up, which he thought was everything was set up. Because out the front, everything could be heard, but I couldn't hear what I was saying on stage. You know what I mean? So he set it up and he thought everything was tickety boo. So he came all the way down and sat in the audience with everybody else. So and then I just looked down and I went, "Oh, you're here! How the hell did you get down there so quick?" And he said, "I've been sitting here for the last 15 minutes." And I was like, "No, there was a guy up there. And then he shot back to have a look, and there was nobody there." So
maybe
that's amazing.
That guy was playing the Mickey and put the mute button on.
Oh. I think it was a past person who worked for the theater, and he just came back to do his job. I think.
See, I got one for you, Paul. This is a question this is what I received. I have to go do this show tomorrow. Right? We're taking off to do a show on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, prior to doing this show, I've got 2 messages so far, and one of them being, and I don't know if you've ever come across this. I got a message from somebody who, what they would call, and excuse me, folks, if I say it wrong, a deaf mute, that they did sign language.
Yeah.
And I got that message that way, like, tell them I'm here, and I'm going, well, wait a minute, who are you? What's,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So when I go to do this, that's the first thing I got to announce. Is there anybody here that had somebody pass that did sign language?
Oh, that'll happen. I've had. Listen, mate. That's a good one. Trust me, that's a good one. I want you to. I'm going to put you in a position. What was one of the show? One of the. I remember it so clear. I get people turning up from all at all times of the day. First thing in the morning, during the day, a couple of days before, and so on and so forth. But I was getting ready to get ready for the show, so I went and had a shower. So I'm standing in the shower and I'm, showering as you shower, And next thing I heard in a genteel little voice, "Hi."
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And it was a young girl around about 7 or 8 years old. And I literally started covering myself up.
Yeah.
Oh, my mommy's is gonna be at you. Yeah, fine, go, get out of here.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened. I've had many people. I mean, it happens for me when I'm doing reads as well. Do you get that
But
when I'm doing reads?
but
So
somebody doing sign language, you know,
yeah, oh yeah,
it totally threw me. I'm going like, what?
yeah.
But I
Oh,
have to deliver the message, deliver the mail.
yeah, deliver the mail. I've had. I remember doing a read one night, and I was sitting in front of this young man, and he was. I was at a person's house, and this basically they set up like a chair, myself, a table, and then people came in and out. Do you follow me?
Hmm.
So one person would sit down, they would get 10, 15, 20 minutes with me, then they would go, another one, and so on and so forth. Anyway, this young lad was sitting there, very pleasant young lad, chatting away, and I said, like, I need to stop you. And he said, please forgive me, and don't think for one second I've lost my mind. Okay. And he was looking at me going, okay. And I said, like, I'm hearing this sound. And I said, I don't know if it's words, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to just reproduce the sound. Okay. And it was like this. It was like, Yidnuts Urnjit or something like that. And he started crying. He said, "You've just spoken to me in my native Indian tongue, and those are the words my grandfather used,
Oh,
and
that's
it
like,
was Indian as in India, not Indian as in Native American, India." And I mean, obviously, I can't remember the sounds now, but it was really unique sounds, and he started crying. So it can happen. It can, like your sign language. These were signs. I don't speak Urdu or whatever the language is. So I don't I part of me was thinking somebody's taking the Mickey here, and then I just thought, right, well, listen, you're the mailman, deliver the mail, don't read it. So yeah, it'll
it
happen.
happened to me too, Paul. And I had three girls from, I think they said they were from Iran,
Okay, yeah.
and they came to see me. They said, "We want to speak to our father." And I said, "Well, how?" She said, "We have a picture of him." I said, "Oh, please pass it to me." And I went like this. I started rubbing the picture, and all of a sudden I closed my eyes and I go, "Bush, bush, bush, bush," like that. They started crying, all three of them. And I stopped. I'm sorry, what did I say? What did I say? They said, "Bush, bush, bush" means kisses.
All right.
And they were crying because their dad's throwing kisses to them.
Wow. So it's a similar thing. Yours from
But sign
Iranian.
language, I mean, I've
Yeah, but
studied a
right.
little, but
Well, I weirdly enough, I get one, don't I? I do that, which
I
means
know what that
communicate.
means. I already know.
Communicate.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got any more questions, shall we? Trudy saying, "Great memories from St. Column." That's where they did it. Show. Sharon, good to see you, Sharon. By the way, thanks for being here. Paul, on salt being used for protection, why do you think salt works at repelling beings with supernatural abilities? We were saying. I mean, we think it's based upon the purity, the ability to dissect and repel as well negative energies, the purity of the salt. I am going to do some research and try and find out some more on that particular
I'm
point.
curious to them too.
It's a good question, isn't it? I must
Yeah,
find
it
out.
really is.
Dawn Hatham's in the house. Hey, hey. Good evening, peeps. How's your show, Roger?
Let me tell you, they did interviews too, Paul. They
Mm.
were interviewing me, and I'm singing and the whole 9 yards. I had those people laughing so much. Even the guy, the engineer running the board, he just could not stop laughing.
Awesome. I can't wait to hit the to. Was it videoed or was it just sound?
No, just sound.
Okay.
And they want me back again. And then I told the guy, I said, I could move up here and all that. He goes, you want a job? I said, can I get a raise?
Aria Taylor's note. Do you know how to get rid of a gin? How do you know you got a gin? That's my big question. That's the big question. You can't just assume that you've got a gin.
What
By the
is
way,
that?
a jinn is a negative energy, a demon. It's people automatically jump down to the concept. Oh, it's demons. No, no, it isn't. Oh God, that idiot from Ghost something or other on TV.
Did
Zach
you see
Bagans
what Don put on here?
was for that. Paul and Roger are like Barney and Fred. Thanks for that, Dawn. Love you too. What do we got? Richard Dearden's joined us.
Hi,
Just
buddy.
go anywhere. Iron over the door, maybe a horseshoe. You're moving into Wive Tales here. Although that being said, they say iron is repellent for evil. I don't know why that's, but
Iron is iron.
iron, yeah, like iron nails and iron. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, if they're referring to like the medieval times, is that what they're thinking? That it goes
Well,
back to that?
it's if you it's all down to so I think it's all down to hearsay and old wives' tales personally, but it's all down to intent. It's like people say to me, when I got to use white sage to break down energy, negative energy. Yeah, yes. But you don't have to use white sage all of the time. If your intent is there, you can use joss sticks or incense sticks to do exactly the same thing.
Well, here in regards to that, what Dawn says,
Mm.
we have it, the native thing or whatever, the Latino thing. If you get 3 railroad spikes, okay, and you form them into a triangle with the point sticking outward, and you get 4 of them set up like that, and you point them inward to where your house is, they say that keeps away the evil. Swallow
Moving
that
on. Don't go running out for railroad spikes, folks. Seriously.
But I mean, this is what they said.
Who am I to judge?
You got to have them welded together.
Enough said. Go and get yourself some kosher salt and a nice shaker with this, the bit that you like a trigger, so it pushes out like a spray. Spray every corner of your room. I mean, it doesn't have to be dripping. You don't want to be starting an oil slick in your house, but spray each corner, around the windowsills and the door frames, and that'll protect you. I promise. Leona McAvoy's joined us. Good evening. I made blackberry and apple pie for after the pasty. Dawn, you cow. That's totally unfair. Roger and I won't be. We're now thinking about blackberry and apple pie.
And look what she put. Just thought you'd like to know.
You son. She's a tease. You're right, Manda. She is a tease. Tammy says, listening to Paul and Roger has totally changed my outlook on and has totally changed me from a negative thinker into a positive thinker. Thank you, gentlemen.
No, it's a woman, Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy. Yeah.
I'm going to see her when I go up there.
Well, I've changed her into a positive thinker. You've just moving on.
He's Captain Bell. We call him Captain Bell. Everything's a sign for death.
Folks, you need to excuse Paul. He's having a little tantrum here.
Everything's a sign for death, or Roger. Swear to God, if a chip packet runs across the street, that's somebody's going to die.
No. Okay. Look what Kelly says. Faye needs to see that.
Faye did a great job after you left, Roger. There you go. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was so proud of her.
What do we got? Anything iron, even iron dust is good if you can carry it on you, even better. It's intent. It really, really is intent. It's not necessarily what you carry. It's intent. It's the intent behind it that does the job. And your conviction. Listen, you can carry 50 iron spikes and 2 buckets of salt. But if you don't believe in what you're doing, it isn't going to work.
Right.
All right. So that tells me, and 100%, it's the intent of what you're going to do. All righty.
Realistically speaking, Paul, it's mind over matter.
Yeah, it's your mind. It's your will. Okay, it's your will, and that's what negative energies work on. See, all this stuff about negative energies, like waiting behind the door and bouncing on you, total rubbish. Okay, true negative energy doesn't attack head on. It sneaks around the back. It waits until you're vulnerable, and then it works on your vulnerability. Okay. Do you think the devil stands up and goes, "Oh, by the way, I'm the devil"? No. Okay. Real, true negative energy is very, very sneaky and works from behind because it hasn't got the power to work up the front. That's
Paul,
why.
Dawn's being nasty.
She's always nasty.
It was ace. Once Roger buggered off. Thank you so much. You really made my day.
Once you buggered off,
Yeah.
that's such a nice thing to say. And then hey, tell you what, Roger, you and I should just get up and bugger off and see what they do now. Becky King says, "Hi all. Sorry I'm late, Becky. Please don't apologize.
Yep.
You're here. I really appreciate that. I signed up for comments, but I don't think it's right. Sharon, your comments are here. They're here. But come out of it's because you're on Facebook. Come out of
she's
Facebook.
here.
No, Sharon's there. She's on Facebook.
I got her on here on YouTube.
Oh, what do you mean? I knew you're saying.
I tried commenting through Facebook by signing in with what you mentioned. It didn't work. But she's here now. I got her.
Oh, okay. Well, then I haven't seen her. Well, I'm just seeing her with the the blue F. So it's there.
And then she put, "Oops, you just read my mind."
Sharon Bender. I tried. Oh, there you go. There you go. Because she says, "See, Sharon Bender. Hello." Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Paul, I've got a question. I know you don't believe in tarot cards, and no judgment there. But how is reading angel cards different? What does Roger think of tarot? It's an interesting question. It's not that I don't believe in tarot. Well, I suppose it is. It is. Well, you see, let me just give you an idea. Tarot cards were the first playing cards. They were the first actual playing cards, and then they were adapted to be used as reading. In fact, there was a Scottish friend of mine who uses normal playing cards to do reads, and she is uncannily accurate. Okay, so it's really down to the. It's really down to your intent and what works for you. Why are angel cards first and foremost are totally 100% positively charged, okay, because they're charged with angel light and angel protection. But if you notice, I don't use angel cards to read. I use angel cards to back up the reading. That's different. So I don't sit down and do a read with cards. I will do a reading, and then if you remember how I work, I will do the reading, and the angels or an energy from the other side will say number 3, number 6, number 10, number whatever, and then so I will choose I will then select the 3rd, 4th, 10th card
Right.
and
They tell you.
it will back up what I've just said. So
Mhm.
I use them as a backup, not as a reading tool.
Call letters, Paul.
Call letters.
18 seconds. Commercial time.
Oh, do you mean that we should really press one of these?
You are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com.
There.
No, I don't. I haven't got one of those to press.
Okay. In answer to Amanda, my sister does the tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me 2 decks of them and wrote on what she interpreted to be. And I told her every card on the tarot card, every card has 5 different meanings.
At least.
And I said, I don't need them. I just bang. I'm
Well, you
connected to
got
the
5
spirits.
different meanings. Like, okay, Roger and I both use angel cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Roger will read from the angel card. He will read the words in the angel card, but he will dissect that meaning for his point of view.
Yep.
And I will do it exactly the same. On a fair amount of the times, our point of views will match, but there will be points where they don't match. Like
Captain Death.
and stuff
Because
like
we're
that.
different readers, though.
Because we're different readers. Exactly right. So, I don't knock tarot readers.
Nor do I.
Not at all. Not at all. But I just said they don't work for me, and I just don't use them.
Yeah.
Spell jars usually have salt in them, says Trudy. Spell jars. Well, Paul, I used the salt to keep out something nasty, says Sharon. However, it affected my Bigfoot friends, and they don't come to the property until the salt is swept away. What do you think of that one, Rudgy Poos?
Well, there's also a thing that we have to keep people away. Like people you don't like, undesirables.
Mm-hmm.
You sprinkle salt on the stoop, on the 3 stairs or 4 stairs going up. And eventually they will stop coming over to your house.
Answer your phone.
No, that
That was you, it wasn't me.
yeah, but it was just a notice, that's all.
Oh. What is the difference between a dark shadow and a white shadow? Color.
Yeah. That's it exactly.
Color. Yeah.
I mean, it's some are good, some are bad, but you come on. That's
I mean, these paranormal shows on TV they've messed up a lot of people's thought processes. Do you know what? If I had taken you guys all the way back to the 12 to 1400s, the Native American people, they never talked about negative energies. They talked about ancestors, and that was it. I know it.
Yeah.
Okay, and they worked not only in the ancestors of the people, but they worked on the ancestors of the animals that they killed and ate and used to keep them alive. They used animal bones to create their teepees or their clothing. They used animal hide for teepees and clothing.
mm-hmm.
But what I love about what the wonderful Native American people did is they paid homage and respect to the animal and thanked them for giving them life. I love that. Absolutely love that. I always have Epsom or Himalayan salts in my bath. Salts is crystal, so it soaks up negative and transmutes it. Salt also soaks up. I'll start again. It was working in my brain. It just didn't get to my mouth. Salt also soaks up moisture. Might want to be aware
Your
of that.
body and dries you up.
Yeah, in a big way.
Yep.
Alrighty. The Romans used salt to pay soldiers. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Why do we throw it over our shoulder? That's an old wives' tale. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
I do
is.
that. I do that. My grandmother taught me that. So because she taught me that, and I trusted her 100%, I
Out of
still do it.
respect. Yep.
So I still throw it over my left shoulder. It's supposed to get negative energy or get away the negativity. So I think the moon is a giant salt crystal. No, it isn't. I've actually held a chunk of the moon in my hand. I can guarantee you it's not. It's made of like lava, rock, dust, minerals, and various bits and pieces. They think that the moon has that like, gold in it. That's why the idiots were up there and they buried it. So it's not really mining it. I don't think.
What is with your mic? It's going bonkers.
In what way?
You can hear it like you way far away, and then you come in close, then you go way far away, and
Oh, it's probably because I'm turning my head like that and turning back to the mic and then doing that.
okay.
Yeah, that's.
Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody.
I'm gonna bring. There we go. Is that better? Do you hear me better now?
See,
Sì, grazie. Oh, io non vedo yes.
So,
you do a good Speedy Gonzalez. Oh,
Andre
Lord.
Ripa.
no, Arl. The moon is not a giant salt crystal. I promise you that. Dawn, people used to get paid in salt. Oh, Dawn. So Dawn.
That's very true. Yes.
Well,
they
that's
did.
right. They did. You two make me laugh, says Tammy.
But
We
look
can
at
see
you
this
put
one.
two TOO instead of TWO.
Oh, now
Girl,
he's
where did you go to school?
now he's a freaking teacher. Let's get on with that. Do you know what, Tammy? I'm dyslexic. I've written 5 books now, but I'm dyslexic. My little daughter Maya is also the same. She writes. I weirdly enough, I said this the other day to her. She's 16 years old and she's not a great speller, but what she does, like you, she spells phonetically. So she spells how it sounds, which, to be honest with you, I think is the right way. But there's too many twos. There's TO, TOO, TWO.
Yep.
There's too many twos. The essences used those. The essences used those batteries too. Paul is inviting you all to join him on YouTube. Oh right, that's Lynn doing that thing. I don't have a like and share. Yes, you do, Amanda. If you're on YouTube, there is a like and share.
Yep.
There is. Just look underneath at the bottom. It's got like an arrow, sort of a weird shaped arrow pointing one direction. That's it. You click that, and then it'll say share to wherever you want to send it. And I would like you to send it everywhere. Okay. Paul or Roger, if anything comes out for me, please let me know. We don't. Well,
We're not doing reads
we don't
today.
do reads on a Thursday night. It's about us chatting. It's about you guys chatting to us, asking us questions. We'll give you our ideals and thoughts on what it is you guys want to know.
There's our friend Paul. Look who came in.
Sue Vinicombe, little teeny tiny Sue. Do you know she gets around on a keyring? So everybody's going, "Hey Sue,
Hey Sue.
Jesus, Jesus, how are you doing?"
That's Jesus.
Jesus
Yes. Jesus.
is not the Jesus.
No, it's JESUS. Jesus.
Jesus.
Where are we now?
I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. Thanks for
Oh,
answering.
Lord help me.
Oh, we gotta have fun. As I was sitting in my office the other day, I was thinking of my son and kids. I'll bring that up because I find it easier to read up here. As I was sitting in my office the other day, I was thinking of my son and kids' songs, as him and I used to sing when we were younger. Oh, that wow! Hang on a second. I know what that means. If you find yourself starting to think of songs that you and your son used to sing, That's very likely he's influencing you.
Yeah.
Very likely. All of a sudden, on my shelf, all of a sudden on my shelf in my office, a stuffed Elmo fell forward and is resting against an angel on the shelf. What a sign! I would say a heck of a sign. I'd say I would say that's an excellent sign. Look, Trudy's back. Look, works on slugs as well. Slugs. You know what? I don't like that. My dad used to do. I didn't, and I never. It never sat with me. I didn't like that.
Slug?
Yeah, slugs. Throwing salt on them, it kills them. It dries them up. But they have a right to live. They don't have a right to eat your flowers, but they do have a right to live. I maybe
What's a slug? Over there.
well, it's like a snail with no without a home, with no shell.
Why would you want to kill one?
Well, because they eat your plants.
Oh.
They could I mean, the slugs can devastate your plants, literally.
Oh, okay.
So
know that.
my dad used to come out and he'd throw salt all over them, and then they would. I always kind of got the impression they were dying in agony. So
Did you ever hear when they put a lobster in boiling water?
yeah, yeah, I know what you're
I
going to
heard
say.
that and I went, oh, those poor things.
Yeah, right, I'm going to tell you how much of a sap I am. Okay, you know what I was a professional chef, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was chef de partie, which is high up in one of the biggest hotels in the Southwest. In fact, you ever seen the movie Witches?
No, honestly, I haven't.
Okay. Well, everybody out there who's listening to us, who's got a brain, well, they'll have seen it. Okay. Well, I was actually chef de partie in the actual hotel that movie was shot in. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's big hotel. So one afternoon, the head chef says, "Hey, Paul, listen, there's a case of lobsters coming," and there was about 8 or 9 big pots of water on the stoves, all bubbling away. He said, "Literally, when they come, whack them in." So sure enough, the fishmonger arrives, and he's got 2 or 3 big cases of these beautiful big lobsters, and there they are, and they're all flicking about. So I count them, check them, everything, tickety boo. Thank you very much, and I bring them into the kitchen. I put my hand in and I pick up the first lobster, and he looked at me, and my mind instantly went, and I'm sure I heard, "Please don't."
Yeah.
And this is on the God's truth. I'm telling you the truth. It looked at me. I had it in my hand like this, and it looked at me, and in my mind, I could hear, "Please don't." And I thought, and I went to put it, and I leaned up to put it, and I couldn't. I couldn't do it. So, being chef de partie means I could tell a lot of people what to do. So I called.
You didn't.
Now, I called 2 of the KPs over, and I said to the guys, "Say, listen, guys, I've got to go downstairs. I got to go down to the bakery section. You guys, the chef wants 2 in each pot. Make sure you do that." Yeah, no worries, chef. And off I went. I just stood around the corner. That was like,
That's
I can't do
cool.
it. And what happens is they don't scream. And what happens is when you put the lobster into the boiling water, the air inside their shell expands and then releases. And it's the air that's releasing that makes that sound, but it makes it sound like the lobster's screaming, but
Yeah.
it's not actually what happens. When I was at college, when I was first college, then I went to catering college. They told us how to do it, and you had to slam a knife right through the back of their head immediately, boom, straight through. We had to do that as well.
Sorry I brought it up.
I know. Dolores Cannon's latest book, Horns of God, has good info about salt and how the followers in the old ways used to use it in rituals. Very, very
For
pure.
purifying, yes.
Yeah, purified. Roger, in Spain, they are really into bruja.
That's witches.
Bruja.
Brujas are witches.
Bruja.
Is that the same where
Is
you
there
are?
a at the end of it?
Brujas?
Ha. Ha.
Brujas.
Bruja. I got it right the first time. I did it
Yeah,
right.
brujas.
Roger, you remember a couple of days ago said BLDG, I don't know what that means, coming down in New York building exploded?
Yes, I did. But that was a while back.
A long time back. I know it's a gin because I tried to sell my soul. What? I know it's a gin because I tried to sell my soul to another gin. Okay. Becky says, I asked the angels for help with my back as it's become really painful 4 months after surgery. The pain has been awful for several weeks, but within a week of asking the angels, it's almost gone. Hey, good. Good. Well done. You asked for help and then you were open to receiving that help. And that's how it works. That's exactly how it works. Hey, mate, would you believe that we are only 15 minutes left?
Wow.
And I'm doing most of the yakking. You haven't done any yakking yet.
Well, it's your show. I didn't want to be rude. Get the hell off, okay?
Oh, hey. The missus is here.
Oh,
The
where?
missus is
Uh-oh.
here.
Oh, hi, honey.
Don't you honey me.
Oh, Lord. Everybody likes how you took over, hon.
Hey, listen, I've had nothing but amazing feedback for Phase Angels. Let's get that show set up.
Yep,
Let's
I
get it
agree.
going.
I totally agree. Because Dawn Haddam said that after I boogered out,
Boogered off.
everything went great.
Yeah. Yes, Paul, you got that amazingly right. Oh, I got what amazingly right, Manda? What did I get right? What did I get right? A homeless snail. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, that slug is a homeless snail. Anyway, I really can't believe that we have shot through over an hour already.
You are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com.
I'm reading what Nicola put on there.
Nicola?
Yeah, Nicola.
Where'd you get Nicola? I haven't seen a Nicola.
Go what?
Oh, Nicola Duran.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul and Roger. I was once given a set of tarot cards as a gift from a friend. And oh my God, I felt so sick when I handled them. I got rid of them straight away. I also place salt around my house and garden. Okay. Nicola's a good Irish girl. I've got a question for you, Nick. Was the deck brand new? That's the big question.
That's right.
When you got the deck, was it brand new or was it already opened? Bruja.
And handled with.
Oh, Amanda says I got Bruja correct. You were wrong. Bruja. Hi, Faye. Well done for last night. It took a lot of courage. I'd agree with that. It took a lot of courage, and you should be proud of yourself, says Dawn. I would back Dawn up 100%. Well done, Faye. You were dropped in it, and you handled it, and you did a great job. I've told you, you don't need Roger. So,
oh, Lord. It's so nice to be loved.
You're loved.
Well, I can
by
see
somebody. But listen, do you want to tell everybody the good news about the weekend?
About what, sir?
About the weekend.
Oh, yeah. We're going up to Grafton, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do an event up there. And everybody in Grafton is just excited as we are to go up.
Now, do you want to tell everybody the good news?
Yeah, married to Faye.
No.
sir. The night you mean about the
Who's
library?
covering your show?
Oh, yeah, he's covering the show. That guy right there. No, this way. That guy.
Don't you point at me.
Paul's going to be covering our show. We're going to come in and say hello to everybody while we're getting all set up.
Not on my damn show, you won't.
Oh, Lord.
I have the great honor, ladies and gentlemen of the world, to step into Roger and Faye's shoes on Saturday to cover this mugs for you. They asked me would I do it, and I of course said no. But they're off doing the show, so you've got so. Listen, are there any tickets left for your show on Saturday?
No, it's already sold out.
Did you sell all 6 of them?
Honey?
Are you sure there's no space? Can you squeeze in another 1 or 2? Is it possible?
I honestly don't know the room, so they told us that it's already sold out. And I said, well, can we have standing room? They said, we'll see. So,
if you're in the area, where's the area, Raj, for Saturday?
Grafton, North Dakota.
Tell everybody where and what time.
We're going to open the doors around 10 o'clock.
How does Faye put up with you?
I don't know.
Oh.
No.
Is that 10 o'clock in the morning?
10 o'clock in the morning until whatever. We're looking at 6. So we're going to open the doors at 10.
Is that 6
people will be coming in. And then Faye was going to be talking to the people. I'm telling Faye to open, so she can introduce herself to everybody, and then she can introduce me.
What? Why?
And it will be... It's going to be held at the Armory in Grafton, North Dakota on Hill Avenue.
There you go. Only took you 4 goes, but you got it.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, things are moving too quick. I hate it when they do that.
So everything in the area of Grand Forks, because we're going to be staying in Grand Forks.
Where's the sorry, Dawn? Where's the truck show? Is it in Truro? Sorry, Roger. I beg your pardon. That was rude of me. So yeah, tell everybody there because Faye is put up there. There may be more space. The area is Grand Forks, Grafton, and Crookston.
Yep.
So if you guys are in the area, listen, do yourself a favor and stop around and see if there's space. There may well people buy tickets and then maybe they can't make it the last minute, so there may be some space open. You never know. They may be able to get some extra chairs. You don't know. My mom used to say, "You don't know till you ask. You don't know what you don't know."
Okay, Tammy's putting up to Pembina, North Dakota, Cavalier, North Dakota, and apparently it's a large room. So
Okay,
I'm a large guy. I'll fit.
Better book it out for me. I might be coming over.
I can't wait to just you and I together on stage.
What's this? You and I together? Crap.
Oh, you and Faye. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
It's 7:20 a.m. Friday morning, and it's very. I've heard Australian people say it to me before. It's really cold today. Australia, cold? I don't think so. Anyway, it's 7:20 a.m. Friday morning. It's very cold. Please let me say, love to you both. She's talking about me and Faye. So Janine, listen, my darling. We know you're going through a really, really tough time right now. We're sending all our love to you guys. You've done your friend an immense amount of pride in those beautiful flowers you produced. Well done. Listen, do your best. People, I know when it's my turn to go home, I want people to celebrate my life rather than mourn my death. Okay, I want you to celebrate my life. And all of you guys who want to come when it's my turn to go home, I don't want you dressed in black. I want you dressed in white, not black, white. because white represents the light. Paul, Roger, and Faye need to do a show. We do, Tammy. We do. Actually, normally Faye's on this show on Friday night, and on occasion when I can, I jump on their show on a Saturday. And we constantly share shows, and then Roger jumps on my show on a Monday night and ruins it. But yay! It's Saturday and
I was about
Sunday.
to say we let him on our show because we lower our standards a little.
Everything's death.
So it's 26 minutes past 10 here, ladies and gentlemen. There are some great shows coming on after the show tonight. Michelle and Amelia with their show, The Outer Realms. Make sure you stick around for that. But don't forget, come and join me this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. on Central Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. here in the UK, where I will have the opportunity to cover this mug's for you, and I am really, really honored, Roger, that you guys have asked me to do it.
Don't forget tonight, everybody, 7 o'clock tonight, okay, which is Central Standard Time at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
You will be able to go to WPCAradio.org, and you'll hear the interview I did and the singing that I did.
Yeah. He's got a brand new song out called
This One's for Death.
And it's coming out on tape very soon.
If we record it.
Hey, record everything. So 3 minutes to go. Roger, it's been a great show.
Thank you, buddy. I was honored myself.
It's been a great show. It's been fun.
Yep.
And
it always is.
Even though Faye wasn't here in person, it actually worked because she's kind of the glue. She kind of keeps us, and she keeps us like under restraint. She doesn't even have to. At least she can reach around the corner and give him a clip around the ear, but she only has to look at me, and I go, yeah, okay. It's like, okay. My friend Diana wishes. My friend Diana wishes. Oh God, this thing's just jumping all over the place. Everyone to wear yellow and blue. So what does that mean? Well, it means what I don't know. It's whatever that Diana wishes. The blue and the yellow is obviously means something specifically for her, Janine. But then do it. I mean, do you know? Hey, before we call it a day, do you know why people wear black to funerals?
No.
Because it was decreed by Queen Victoria. And she wore black. Because she felt it made her feel, when she lost Albert, black was the only color to wear. And ever since that, everybody's wore black to funerals. Did you know that the proper and traditional color to wear to a funeral was always white?
Purity, yes.
Yeah. Thanks for a great show, boys. You're our own Laurel and Hardy. Which one's which?
Lord.
Which one's which?
Right?
I got to be Hardy. You got to be Laurel. Got to be.
No, I got to be Hardy. I'm the crooner.
I can sing better than you.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a sing-off one day.
It's our football team's colors. That's why. You guys are crazy. That's why I love you. We love you too. Well, I love you in a very platonic way. Roger loves you because he has to. Great show, guys. You guys are so funny. Lots of love. Thank you very much. Roger loves you because it's now called a contract. So
I love you. I didn't say that, and I didn't put that B in his bonnet.
I love you because you're such a wonderful human being, Faye, and you're just an absolute darling. Thank you so very much. I love all you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. And please, please, please continue to support us because we need to expand the shows in a big way. We really, really need your help to do that. So please keep expanding the show. Please keep sharing the show, and please start inviting all of your friends and relatives to come and join us. It is gone through. It's gone 10:30. So we've got Michelle and Amelia coming on pretty much right after us. So we've got to get off air. Roger, have a fun. I'm gonna have to get off, and I do mean get off tonight. Paul has an incredible voice. He does a great impression of a goose farting in the fog.
Perfect.
Well, that's you off the Christmas list. So, right. I'm going to wish you all a bienvenue. Roger, have a fantastic and safe trip to your show.
Thank you, buddy.
Have a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant time.
Thank you.
And make sure you keep us all, and try and record it. Try and video it, see if you can.
Faye's going to be doing that.
Good. I'll see you all on Saturday, and then we will both see you all on Monday. Okay, because I'll be doing some live reads on Monday night, and Roger will be here just to mess them up. Right. So, be safe, look after each other. Remember, communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life. So, medium like myself and the great man here don't have to do it for you. And remember, it takes a second. It takes 0.8 of a second. Roger, listen to this. Not a full second. 0.8 of a second. So 8,000ths of a second to tell someone you love them.
Right.
Can you afford that time out of your life every day?
I do that every morning.
There you go.
She'll tell you.
Yeah, because she told me that you stand in the mirror and go, I love you. I love you.
I know.
Good night. Yes. God bless, ladies and gentlemen. Roger, my dear brother, thank you. Been a great show.
No problem. Thank you.
I'll see you all very, very soon. God bless.
You are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com.